Question 15. So this question asks you to prove the limit as x goes to 8, 7 over x equals 7 over 8. So you have to remember that 0 is less than the absolute value of x minus c, which is less than delta, and f of x minus L is less than epsilon. So now this question basically asks you to fill in a bunch of values. So for the first value, you can see that it looks almost exactly like this question. Well, it does look exactly like this. So you have to find what c is. And in this question, c is 8 because x goes to a certain value, and that certain value is what c equals. So then you'd write in 8. And then for this one, it looks just like this equation. And in this one, I filled it in already, but you're trying to find the limit. And the limit over here that you're trying to prove is 7 over 8. So you plug in 7 over 8. Now you have to evaluate and try to find what x equals. So they show you how to get rid of the absolute value signs by putting negative epsilon and epsilon on either side. Now they add 7 over 8 to this side. So you have to do the same thing to this side. So you get epsilon plus 7 over 8. And that's what you fill in for that spot. Now in the next part, you see that they have to multiply by x on both sides, which they do. Then you have to get x by itself. So in order to do that, they found 56 over 7 minus e. And since this side is just the opposite of the other side, it is 56 over 7 plus 8 epsilon. If I said e over here, I'm sorry, I meant epsilon. So that would be the interval for both sides. Now they want you to find delta. And in order to find delta, you have to plug in the intervals and subtract them by the c. And the c is 8. This is not a delta, this is an 8. This is an 8 as well. So you subtract the value that you got as the interval from the value of c, and you make sure it's absolute value. So you get down here and you simplify it, and you get 64 epsilon over 7 plus 8 epsilon, comma, negative 64 epsilon, 7 minus 8 epsilon. So the value you end up getting is this because it's larger. And that's the value you want for delta. So x is between the intervals, making 7 over x minus 7 over 8 less than epsilon. So the value delta exists, proving the limit is 7 over 8.